Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? How's my audio? Make sure you like the stream. This is Armin Navabi. We're live on Atheist Republic. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're new here, we're going to be reviewing a fight between British Muslims and one Israeli Muslim. So I don't know, for people who are new here, you might not know these characters. How's my audio? Okay, make sure you like the stream. Alfred is here. Thank you so much, Alfred. Alfred is highlighting your comments and is highlighting also people who are confirming that they have liked the stream. So thank you so much for that. He will also be highlighting your other comments as well, so that your opinions get to be part of the show, not just mine. So that's great. Audio exists. Thank you so much, Levantix. All right. So, I mean, most of you who are watching this channel, that you know these characters, right? The guy on the left is Ali Dawah. The guy on the right is... we know him by his channel name, Smile to Jannah, and they hate this other Muslim guy, which we call, we know him by his channel's name, Nas Daily. We refer to people by their channel names now, okay? And he is another Muslim who is Israeli, and he's proud. He's a proud Israeli. He supports Israel, and he is Nas Daily is one of the biggest content creators ever. Basically, his videos go viral. So he was a very, very popular Muslim. And after October 7th, it was very clear that this Muslim man, supports Israel and loves Israel. And a lot of Muslims around the world were shocked to find this out. Because, by the way, before October 7th, many Muslims did not know, many Muslims did not know that there are Muslims who are proud Israelis, right? And the more this came out, the more they were being educated and were being shocked by it, and also were being disgusted by it. So Nas Daily is one of those Muslims who a lot of other Muslims were shocked by. And he basically, when he came out and supported Israel after October 7th, he invited a lot of hate and attack and insults and threats against him. And credit to Nas Daily, he didn't back down. I know how devastating that could be, especially when they target your family. I mean, I can't even imagine what he must have been through, because we experienced a portion of how that feels like when we were doing blasphemous art of Hindu gods, and a lot of Hindutva figures attacked me and Susanna, and they came for us. And that was insane. Like the level of hate that we had to deal with, and it was getting to a point. I mean, they did things that I'm not even going to get into on this stream, but I can't imagine what Nas Daily went through after October 7th, when he came out and defended Israel, right? So this is the background. This is the hate that a lot of these Muslims have for Nas Daily, and now they think that so they reviewed some of his videos and they were hating on him, insulting him. But recently something came up about Nas Daily, and I think now these people think they got him. Let's see how they're exposing him. They got this piece of information, and they think that this is it. This is the most insulting, the most they're going to destroy him with this piece of information, so they think. So let's now watch what they have on him, and let me see. This is a 6-minute video. And yeah, so let me just play this for you guys and see how they got him. Okay, so tell me what you guys think. I mean, if you already know what I'm going to show, don't mention it to anybody. But how do you think, what do they have of him that they're not going to be exposing him? And they are so confident that this is so disgusting and vile that basically they have something so good and juicy and Nas Daily to be able to humiliate the guy, right? By the way, guys, please make sure you're liking the stream, and also you're subscribed if you're new here. So let's watch this together.
And something I'll talk about in the book as well is we never had sex. We were married for 3 years, and my body just could not have sex. My body was like, you will not enter. My body just was shut down, just it couldn't, nothing could enter.
You got used for 1,095 days daily. Oh.
From a juvenile, when my clothes.
Okay, what? This is the ad that they have at the beginning of their video. So that was the teaser.
Holes in them, and my afro is picky. To them 90s, Moschino and Versace. No laces
Wait, what are they doing? They're promoting clothes.
in a rust. O2.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters and dear friends. Hope you guys are well. I'm here with Smile to Jannah. How you doing, mate?
Alhamdulillahi ala kulli hal.
You want some? I'll give you. Let me know, inshallah. Well, you know, some people want some, they get it, and some people want some and they get nothing.
They don't. No,
They don't. Okay,
no.
so this here was a violation. Emotional damage.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. This maybe explains why Nas Daily, the failure of his people, and
But
the backstabber he is.
before you even get into Nas Daily, for the people that don't know Nas Daily is somebody who is
a traitor.
Yeah, well, he is born in Palestine. However, he's been used as a pawn by the Israelis to whitewash their crimes. In fact, he has whitewashed the crimes so much and let the side down that you have ADL, that are lobby group of Israel.
Not
like
not
AIPAC.
EDL.
No.
This is ADL.
These are ADL, and they gave him an award for, when Israel is giving you an award, you know something's not right
You've
there.
become the scum of the scum.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people.
If Israelis are giving you an award, you're basically the scum of the scum, according to Ali Dawah. Okay, so far these are just non-arguments, but okay, let's see.
Despise that guy, and he claims to be Muslim, doesn't know about Islam, marries a Mormon. But what became of that relationship, Ali?
I don't know, but
I'm curious.
There must be something that must have frustrated him as a man, that he must have certain desires that could not be fulfilled, that caused him to take his frustration out in different ways by backstabbing his people.
Are you talking
What
about
could it be?
dessert?
No, I'm talking about desires.
Aha.
Tastes better than dessert.
Okay.
In a halal way, of course.
Come on.
So, this is what...
So just remember the points he's making. He says that maybe the reason why Nas Daily is betraying his people, meaning Palestinians and Muslims, is because he had certain desires that were not being fulfilled at home, and he became so frustrated that he had to express that by betraying his people. So that's the argument that being made here. Okay, so desires. Let's write that down because I don't know. Let's see why he's saying that.
his wife had to say. Or should we say his ex-wife? Let's
Gotta
see.
be precise.
Let's see.
My name is Aline, and I am divorced. I grew up, got married, and hoped for the happy ending. But sadly, after 3 years of trying our hardest, it didn't work out, and we ended up divorcing. After 1 year, something happened, and it was like a big breaking point. Then we stayed married 2 more years, and then he just, I don't know what happened after those 2 years. We'd been together 3 years, and it just happened. And something I'll talk about in the book as well is we never had sex. We were married for 3 years, and my body just like could not have sex. I think because of being religious for so long.
That's so
and like
interesting.
the shame and weird things associated, and it happens to a lot of religious women, that when they get married, it's like, oh, your whole life you're like shameful, cover your body, shame.
Wait, sorry, I just realized you're supposed to have sex when you get married.
Yeah, but I couldn't. You're supposed to have
sex. It was
sex.
your choice to not have sex. Or
It wasn't a
both of you?
choice. My body was like, you will not enter. My body just was like shut down, just like it couldn't, nothing could enter. Logical thing.
So that's why he broke up with you.
No, that's not why. That's not why. No, that's not why. That's
Bro,
not
that's
why.
definitely why he broke up with you.
No, it's
Just gonna say
not.
it.
He could have done it after 1 year. He could. No. I know him. He did not because of that. I promise you. 3 years, you would do it after 6 months. For a woman's body, you need to be relaxed.
Yes.
You need
can't
to be relaxed.
Yes.
And when you are raised with all these negative messages around sex, and like cover your body, cover your chest, cover your
just
shoulders.
brainwashed to be scared of sex, kind of.
Yeah, it happens to a lot of women. It happens to a lot of Orthodox Jewish women. There's such a shame around sex. Shame. Like you're a whore if you have sex. You're a bad person.
Okay. Yeah,
And so then
interesting.
you get married one day, and now you're supposed to go from the virgin to the sexy person. And my body just couldn't. It was very weird. It was very weird because I am also I am a sexual person. Like
What she said was not nice.
Not nice.
So, I mean, this is an absolute utter humiliation. I mean, as a man, you feel emasculated. You feel feminine. You feel like a woman. I mean, imagine you are married to a woman, and for 3 years, I mean, we need to, my maths is
You
good.
can't even say you feel like a woman, because even women, they have desires and they meet their desires when
But when
they
they're
get
married to a real man, that is.
Uh-huh.
So that's 1,095 days of not intimacy.
That's some quick maths.
That's quick maths. 1,095 days, guys. Just imagine that for 1,095 days.
I don't want to imagine that.
I mean, you can't, you know. This person had no intimacy. And let me be honest. We understand, you know, a bit of woman's psychology here and there. That woman did not love you, my friend. That woman had no attraction to you whatsoever. I don't know what she was with you for. Maybe the money, maybe the fame, maybe whatever it is, or maybe you know.
Because Mossad told her to.
Oh, yep, definitely 100%. There is no surprises there. Let me tell you something. Because for her to say, because it gets worse. She said she had
It gets worse than that.
Oh, bro, it gets worse. You know why?
I'm just going to play it all the way through, and then I'm going to get back and respond to all of this. But I also please mention your comments. Alfred is highlighting your comments. I want to see how you guys are responding to this as well, and then I will have my response to all of this after.
Imagine you was with a woman for that long.
Yeah.
She did not have any intimacy with you. She gave you nothing. And then after you broke up, she went and got something.
Oh.
Do you know what that shows you? That shows you that you are a coward. You're not even a man.
You're not only getting used by Israel, you're getting used by women as well.
Bro, that was deep. I think the video needs to end there. Oof, that hurt me. I feel the pain. Yeah? You are a coward. I'm doing this video. You know why? Because I want to hit a nerve, bro. I wish I can see you in person, bro. Wallahi, I hope. I make dua that I come face to face with you, yeah? You're an emasculated coward. You've backstabbed your people. Not only that, you was married to a woman. I think she might be Jewish, by the way. Not like ethnically Jewish. This is unbelievable.
She claims
yeah?
to be a Mormon, though.
Yeah, that's religiously, yeah, but ethnically she might be Jewish. Yeah? So the point is this here. Let me tell you something. I won't be surprised if Mossad paid her and said, listen, keep this guy busy. He's a little miskin, fool, clown. Yeah, what a joke. Yeah, backstab his people. Bro, someone who doesn't stand up for his own people will fall for anything. And they probably said to her, you know, just keep him busy. Yeah, and guess what? Because for that woman to not give him any intimacy.
And for him to still be with her as well, rather than leaving her.
For 3 years. And then afterwards, you leave her, or she leaves you, or she's probably happy to give you she probably uses as a tool. You left, and then she goes, and what did she admit? She said she is not a virgin anymore, meaning she went and she said boyfriends. So, and then she checks out. She didn't give it to her husband, and she got it from boyfriends. I mean, for a man, I don't know what is more painful than knowing that you was emasculated.
I'm surprised he was with her for more than a day, or even a week.
Bro, I'm surprised she stayed with him, of a man like this. Well, what a coward he is. And let me tell you something, Nas Daily, you got used for 1,095 days daily. That was natural. That came from the heart. That's why
I felt it.
That's why he has those days in there. Yeah, that's why he has the days. You're a coward, man. I hope this video burns you. Yes, just the way you turned your back on your people. I hope this burns you. I hope it hits a nerve. That's exactly why I've done it. Inshallah. Yeah, you are a scumbag. You are a dirt. That's what you are. Let me tell you something. You're an intellectual coward as well. Yes, she used you. Israel is using you. You're gonna carry on being used. You have no legs to stand on, and you're going to go down in history as a shameful person if you don't repent and change your ways. Allah is always merciful.
And just like you turned your back on Palestine,
your ex turned her back
your
on...
ex turned her back on you,
but turned...
Israel will turn its back on you as well.
Yes, that's all we have to say, brothers and sisters. Till next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us real men, that our wives do not reject us to that level. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Let's go back to this here and respond to where she started the interview, okay? But before I start playing this and responding to this, I just want to ask you, think about this, like throughout this whole, everything that they're playing, did you notice any point that you showed, because the whole point of this video is to expose Nas Daily and humiliate him? I actually have found more respect, because I liked Nas Daily because of some of the video he makes, but also ever since I realized that he is an Israeli Muslim who supports Israel, I started liking him even more, right? But that's just because of his, political views that I liked him. I didn't know personally he was such a decent person, because this video, because when I started watching this video, I was like, okay, maybe Nas Daily did something wrong, but that's not relevant. You could do something that is wrong, but your political views is something that I could still support. I'm not going to connect these two. But now, because of this video that they made, I actually have a new deep respect for Nas Daily, for his personal morals as well, because notice how they didn't point to anything that he did wrong. So let me break this down for you. And also, I want you to notice how backwards Islamic morality is. Look at the standards of masculinity and manhood and what it means to be a real man is Islamically, and see how opposite of what we decent people think, these standards should be, Islam is. So let's look at the standard. Because, guys, by the way, let me be clear, because I don't want anybody to misunderstand me. I think masculinity is good, right? We don't want to go full wokey here and be anti-masculinity, okay? There is such a thing as bad masculinity, which Islam is promoting, and we'll see it here. But there's also good masculinity. Okay? Masculinity could be good, and masculinity could be toxic. And this is a fantastic example of how masculinity can be toxic. So let's watch this together. D is saying, why are they concerned with other people's sex lives? Because of this toxic. Again, guys, when I say toxic masculinity, please don't think that I'm dismissing masculinity as a whole. Because of the toxic masculinity that these people have, they see this as a point of humiliation. Basically, the whole point is Nas Daily is respecting this woman's choices, his wife's choices. She has been harmed mentally by religion, so she has a psychological issue with sex because of the harm, because of the damage that Mormonism has done to her brain, right? And Nas Daily understands that, respects that. He doesn't force himself on her and stays with her, because relationship is not just about sex, for 3 years without sex with her, because obviously he picked her for more reasons other than sex, and doesn't even leave her, even though they're not having sex. But instead of appreciating that, instead of celebrating that what a decent person, right? Like, that is still with her and supporting her, even without any sexual interaction between them, that he's still with her after all these years. Instead of celebrating this person as a decent human being, they see this as humiliation. What is he supposed to do? Leave her, like abandon her just because he's not having sex? Or what? Or what? Oh, I understand. He's supposed to go the Islamic way. He's supposed to not accept no as an answer and just force himself on her. Is that what you want? Because remember, it's Islam that teaches you that no is not the right answer when your husband wants sex. Even if you don't like it, that's not the point. Your husband likes it. We have hadiths for this. Actually, maybe I should pull up the hadith to show you why they see this as embarrassing. So they're trying to embarrass the man. See, this is morality is when it's Islamic, when it's based on masculinity and manliness, and oh wow, you're not getting sex for 3 years. Humiliation. What are you talking about? He should be proud of himself for being not like you guys. That's not a measurement of a real man. I don't care what your definition of a real man is. I have a definition for a decent human being. He's a decent human being for not making his entire relationship about sex, for respecting his wife's choices. And also, you're trying to embarrass Nas Daily, but all you're doing is embarrassing religion, because the reason why they didn't have sex is not because he's not a real man. The reason why they weren't having sex is because religion fucked up her brains, fucked up her relationship with a healthy sexual lifestyle. That's what she admits it. She's like, I got fucked up by Mormonism. That's what so this is not a point against Nas Daily. This is a point against religion. So thank you for exposing how unhealthy religion is when it comes to sexuality, one, and how extra unhealthy and disgusting your Islamic ideology is, when your moral standards and your judgment is so backwards. Anybody that their brain has not been rotten by Islam, when they watch this video, I'm like, why is this a point against Nas Daily? He didn't do anything wrong. In fact, he's more decent than most other people. He stayed with her for 3 years, He's not like you guys that think everything that being a man is about getting sex all the time. Maybe his priorities are better than you. His priority, he loved her. He's not going to leave somebody he loves all of a sudden like this just because he's not getting sex, especially given that it's not her the problem. It's Mormonism was the problem. He's being that's called being a supportive husband. Not that you know anything about that. You with your Islamic mindset, you think women are meant to be there to serve men. That is the role of the woman. You don't understand that the husband is also supposed to be supportive to his wife, both financially and also emotionally. You both need to be supporting each other. You don't understand that this relationship goes both ways. You are exposing how rotten someone's brain is if they fully accept Islam. So thank you for exposing religion's effect on sexuality and also especially Islam. By the way, this is also why I say when we say, patriarchy, don't listen to woke people and how they're talking about it, because they act like this is a disservice to women only. This is a disservice to men as well. This whole Islamic, especially patriarchy. Again, please, when I say these words, don't think I'm going full woke, because the wokey people have destroyed these terms. These terms actually have legitimate use cases, right? This is a disservice to men to tell them that they need to not do the decent thing because their image as a man, as a real man, is going to be is going to be how do I say this in English? It's going to be attacked and challenged. It's going to be challenged in society. So instead of this is how many like fourth wave and third wave feminists act like this is only a disservice to women, but it's also patriarchy is a disservice to men, because it teaches you that instead of caring for others, instead of caring for your loved ones, instead of being a decent person, instead of being a decent husband and taking care of the people in your family, you have to care about your image in society as a real man. If this is a real man is somebody that will forcefully get sex from the woman in his life just to make sure that he is a real man instead of being protective and supportive over the people he loves in his life. That's what a real man means in Islamically. That's what the real man is supposed to do, to care about how his image, how people view him as a real man instead of actually caring about the people that he loves in his life. So, but Nas Daily, if you think this is humiliating you and embarrassing you, fuck these people. I rather be humiliated by the entirety of society than harming the people that I love in my personal life. Let them all think that I'm not a real man. Let them all think that I'm not a real man. Fuck all of them. Fuck all of them. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit if you think I'm not a real man. I'm not going to be pushing the person in my life who's mentally is being harmed by religion. I'm not going to push myself on them. I'm not going to make them feel like a less of a woman because they're not giving me sex. I'm going to be support. If this is the person I love, my first, second, third priority is how can I help them? Does that make me less of a real man? Well, fuck it. I'd rather not be a man based on your fucking standards. But anyways, let's listen to this.
3 years of trying our hardest.
Let's listen to this interview.
What dessert?
No, I'm talking about desires.
Aha.
Tastes better than dessert.
Okay.
In a halal way, of course.
Come on.
So, this is what his wife had to say. Or should we say his ex-wife? Let's
Gotta
see.
be precise.
Let's see.
My name is Aline, and I am divorced. I grew up, got married, and hoped for the happy ending. But sadly, after 3 years of trying our hardest, it didn't work out, and we ended up.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Why is that even a shame? Many marriages don't work out. By the way, this, you know why this they see this as a point of humiliation? Because she is leaving him, right? But in Islam, it's not a humiliation. Even if it's mutual, that's a source of humiliation. But your manhood, your manliness is not a challenge if you let her go, if you leave her, if you divorce her. But if she leaves you, then oh my God, holy crap, you're not a real man. You didn't satisfy her. A real man would have been able to keep her. You see, this is so toxic. This is so fucking toxic. Because if you teach men that if she leaves you, then your manhood, your manliness is being challenged, then you are going to stay in unhealthy relationships, and you're going to keep people in relationship by force. This is why Islam doesn't let women to leave by themselves, but lets men to get divorced from women whenever they want. The woman it's very difficult Islamically for a woman to leave the husband, because your manhood, your manliness has to be protected. Imagine how many unhealthy relationships are continuing because they have taught men since childhood that if a woman leaves you, then you are not sexually equipped to satisfy her, and oh my God, how embarrassing that is for you. So because of how taboo that is, and how much you care about demonstrating that you're a real man, you are going to keep staying in unhealthy and unsatisfying relationships because you care more about how your image is to society rather than whether in my personal life, if we are happy. Good for you, Nas Daily, and your ex-wife, for you guys to realize that this is not working and ending it. Not all relationships have to continue. Some relationships need to end. Anyways, let's continue.
Divorcing. After 1 year, something happened, and it was like a big breaking point. Then we stayed married 2 more years, and then he just, I don't know what happened after those 2 years. We'd been together 3 years, and it just happened. And something I'll talk about in the book as well is we never had sex. We were married for 3 years, and my body just like could not have sex. I think because of being religious for so long.
That's so.
Because of being religious for so long, right? Yeah, because these people tell you that religion doesn't make sex seem taboo or disgusting. It just tells you that you're supposed to have sex within the boundaries of marriage, okay? But that's not how the fucking mind works, you morons. If you tell, especially girls, okay? If you brainwash them and you discuss them about sexuality, their mind is not going to fucking be able to switch all of a sudden through marriage is not like a fucking voodoo magic that all of a sudden their entire mindset is going to switch. A lot of women are having unhealthy relationship with sex because of their religious brainwashing throughout their childhood. You disgusted them about sex and sexuality, and once they eventually get married, they're not going to be able to forget all of that. That a lot of people report, this is a known phenomenon, this has been studied. A lot of women are unable to enjoy their sex with their husband because of the religious brainwashing they have had. And again, this is through all, especially Abrahamic religions. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter Islamically. It doesn't matter Islamically because Islamically, they think that the main desire for sexuality comes from men. The main desire. So this is why Islam teaches you that women have a duty to say yes to their husband, because it's seen as a work, because it's not, they don't rely on them enjoying the sex. They have to, this is a service that they have to provide to the husband. So even when they acknowledge that women enjoy sex, it's interesting because Islam doesn't acknowledge that. This is apparently new thing that Muslims have been figuring out. They say like, oh, even they even enjoy sex, but they don't even recognize that as a part of the main part of sexual relationship, because they see the wife's sex with the husband as part of their duty. And this is why when these two didn't have sex with each other for 3 years, they see this as a failure of the husband, not the failure of religion, who fucked up her relationship with sexuality. They see this as a failure of Nas Daily. So look at this.
The shame and weird things associated, and it happens to a lot of religious women, that when they get married,
Yeah, a lot of religious women, including religious Muslim women. So this is not just Mormonism.
and it happens to a lot of religious women, that when they get married, it's like, oh, your whole life you're like shameful, shameful, cover your body, shame, shame,
Wait,
shame.
wait, sorry, I just realized you're supposed
Cover your body, like hijab, So Mormonism has this, Islam has this, that your entire life you're supposed to be disgusted by anything sexual. You're not going to be able to, for many women, not all, you're not going to be able to turn on that like a switch. Your brain is not going to, like, oh, this was disgusting. Oh, now it's good.
Oh, your whole life you're like shameful, shameful, cover your body, shame, shame,
Wait,
shame.
wait, sorry, I just realized you're supposed to have sex when you get married.
Yeah, but I couldn't. You're supposed to have
sex. It was your
sex.
choice to not have sex? Or
It wasn't a
both of you?
choice. My body was like, you will not enter. My body just was like, shut down, just like it couldn't, nothing could enter. Logical thing.
So that's why he broke up with you.
No, that's not why. That's not why. No, that's not why. That's
Bro,
not
that's
why.
definitely why he broke up with you?
No, it's not. He could have done it after 1 year.
Ali Dawah, you should not have included this part. You were trying to humiliate Nas Daily. This was such an endorsement of Nas Daily. Look how healthy their relationship is. Their sexuality, unfortunately, has been destroyed. Their sexual life, relationship was destroyed by religion. But look how she is defending her ex-husband. Right? I have so much more respect now for Nas Daily. She's like, this is not why we broke up. And she's like, look how healthy this divorce was. A lot of people think divorce is a failure. No, look how they still like each other. She's defending him. She's defending her ex-husband, and she's like, no, he did not leave me for this. If it was, he would have done this after the first year. He stayed with me for 3 years. I mean, is this not such the best endorsement for this man? I don't know why you included this. I mean, you were so desperate to show that he didn't have sex for 3 years that's why you included this part, because you want to make him look bad by showing that he didn't have sex for 3 years. But all I'm saying is that this man stayed with the woman that he loved for 3 years without sex, because a relationship for him is more than just sex. That's what I'm saying. And the wife that is now an ex-wife now is still defending him even after they were separated from each other. I mean, does that not speak so highly of him? Like, I don't understand. What the hell? I don't understand. This is a promotional video for Nas Daily. How do you think you're embarrassing him? Unbelievable. Yeah, somebody is saying in the live chat, Nas Daily is the pride of Israel and Palestine. Yes. I mean, now. Unbelievable. By the way, guys, I see we got a lot of super chats. I will read them soon after I get to this part. No, well, they are saying that they are. No, he is. Like,
Oh, your whole life you're like shameful, shameful, cover your body, shame, shame,
Wait,
shame.
wait, sorry, I just realized you're supposed to have sex when you get married.
Yeah, but
No, she is talking about Nas. You're misunderstanding this.
I couldn't. You're supposed to have sex.
It was your choice to not have sex? Or
It wasn't a
both of you?
choice. My body was like, you will not enter. My body just was like, shut down, just like it couldn't, nothing could enter. Logical thing.
So that's why he broke up with you.
No, that's not why. That's not why. No, that's not why. That's
Bro,
not
that's
why.
definitely why he broke up with you?
No, it's not. He could have done it after.
Okay, Jacob, it's irrelevant. First of all, the point is that what I am looking at this through the framework of what Ali Dawah and Small to Jannah are saying, right? So even from their perspective, if whatever they're saying, because I'm just looking at what they are showing to me, and what they're showing to me based on their framework shows that how amazing Nas Daily of a person is. So, but based on, I could go look this up. So let me go look this up.
1 year. He could no. I know him. He did not because of that. I promise you. 3 years, you would do it after 6 months. For a woman's body, you need to be relaxed.
Yes.
You need to be relaxed.
Yes.
And when you are raised with all these negative messages around sex, and like cover your body, cover your chest, cover your shoulders.
Brainwashed to be scared of sex, kind of.
Yeah, it happens to a lot of women. It happens to a lot of Orthodox Jewish women. There's such a shame around sex. Shame. Like you're a whore if you have sex. You're a bad person.
Okay. Yeah,
and so then you get married one day, and now you're supposed to go from the virgin to the sexy person. And my body just couldn't. It was very weird. It was very weird because I am also I am a sexual person. Like
What she said was not nice.
Not nice.
So, I mean,
Right. So let me actually say that. Okay. So no, this is. Well, let me see. Actually, his 4 years. Yeah. What I'm looking at this research is that yes, they ended the long-term relationship after being together for 7 years. So let me see. Maybe this is a. Let me see if this is a different person. What's this her name?
let's
Gotta
see.
be precise.
Let's see.
my name is Aline.
No. Yeah, this is her. So it says Nas Daily recently ended a long-term relationship with Aline Tamir. So yeah, this is her. They ended the relationship, the long-term relationship. Setting differences and goals. Yeah. So she is talking about the same. This is the same person. I'm doing the research. This is the same person that they got separated from. So are you saying that the person she's referring to that she didn't have sex with for 3 years, is that she's referring to a different person, a different relationship? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying in the live chat? Okay. Because either way, so let me frame it like this. Either I know that based on what I'm looking at, yes, she was in a relationship with Nas Daily and they ended the relationship. Okay, so they were dating and they did not get married. They did not get married. Okay, fine. That's fine. Okay, so even if that's true, everything I said about Ali's perspective on all of this still stands, right? So if you're saying that she is not referring to the Nas Daily relationship, then okay, so then everything that they're saying about Nas Daily ends up being wrong. But let's assume that what their understanding is correct. So they're getting all the facts wrong. Thank you for pointing that out. But even if they had the facts correct, then what this video is showing, right, is that the person that she was with was respecting her wishes, that she's speaking highly of him, right? And they see that as humiliation, right? So this is actually double embarrassing for Ali because none of what she's saying is about Nas Daily, so it makes them doubly wrong. But even if it was about Nas Daily, that would be the person that she's actually talking about is such a decent person that did not break up with her because they weren't having sex, right? So if this is not a humiliation for Nas Daily, if they consider this to be a humiliation for the man, the actual man that got divorced from her after 3 years, they see this as an embarrassing point that is not even for Nas Daily, but for whoever man, the point still stands. The point is that this is not embarrassing. This doesn't challenge anyone's manliness. By the way, thank you for fact checking. Wow, so this is actually double embarrassing for Ali Dawah, because even if Ali Dawah's standards were correct, this is not about Nas Daily. But even if Ali Dawah was correct about who this man is, then your standards is backwards and toxic. Does that make sense? All right.
And I am divorced.
Does that make sense now? Did I get it right now? So let me know what you think now in the live chat, right? So even from the framework of Ali Dawah, this shows how backwards their understanding of being a decent human being is. So by the way, they should have fact checked this, but it's a good thing that I have a community that fact check these things for me if I get something wrong.
I grew up, got married, and hoped for the happy ending. But sadly, after 3 years of trying our hardest, it didn't work out, and we ended up divorcing. After 1
So she was with Nas Daily for 7 years, with this other guy for 3 years. Am I getting this right
year,
now?
something happened, and it was like a big breaking point. Then we stayed married 2 more years, and then he just,
Right.
I don't know what happened after those 2 years. We'd been together 3 years, and it just happened. And something I'll talk about in the book as well is we never had sex. We were married for 3 years, and my body just like could not have sex. I think because of being religious for so long.
That's so
And like
interesting.
the shame and weird things associated. And
So this is the part I have correct, okay? Nas Daily ended a long-term relationship with Aline Tamir, which is this woman, after being together for nearly 7 years. They announced their breakup in May 2023, citing differences in life goals and priorities and reason for the split. The couple had been known for their travels and content creation together, having visited 70 countries and shared much of their relationship online. Despite the breakup, they expressed gratitude for their time together and remained friends. Okay, so this is actually a lot more embarrassing for Ali Dawah than I thought. So all of these points that they are, so this video still standing on Ali Dawah's? Okay, great. So now we got everything right. So this is actually way more embarrassing for Ali Dawah than I thought, because this video is getting a lot of views on his channel, and everything that she's saying is not even about Nas Daily. So they try to get her by saying like, "Oh my God, look, she's." So this is not even about him, right? Oh my God, this is actually even worse for Ali Dawah. Is he going to remove this video once he realizes that? How? Because every time we found a video of Ali Dawah that got the facts wrong, he never removed them. He just lets them there. Yeah, the video is still there. And so the video was posted 6 days ago, and it has received 171,000 views since 6 days ago. And after 6 days, nobody has told Ali Dawah that in this video she's not even talking about Nas Daily. That is embarrassing. Why is this video still up? But whoever she's talking about, that other guy is such a decent person. So no shame, whoever you are, no shame to you as well. No credit to you as well for not ending a relationship with a woman who's obviously struggling with her sexuality.
it happens to a lot of religious women.
Why are you
That when they
highlighting
get
this
married,
one?
it's like, oh, your whole life you're like shameful, shameful. Cover your body, shame, shame,
Wait,
shame.
wait, sorry, I just realized you're supposed to have sex when you get married.
Yeah, but I couldn't. You're supposed to
it
have
was your
sex.
choice to not have sex. Or
It wasn't a
both of you?
choice. My body was like, you will not enter. My body just was like, shut down, just like it couldn't.
Okay, so I understand. She basically, because they know her as somebody who was in a relationship with Nas Daily, they just, when she's talking about her divorce, they immediately thought that she's talking about Nas Daily. Oh my God, that's how they got this wrong. Okay.
Nothing could enter. Logical thing.
So that's why he broke up with you.
No, that's not why. That's not why. No, that's not why. That's
Bro,
not
that's
why.
definitely why he broke up with you.
No, it's not. He could have done it after 1 year.
Wow. So so this is so. Look at the title of Ali Dawah's video is this: Nas Daily's ex-wife reveals all. So this is not even her ex-wife. This is her ex-girlfriend. Humiliating ending. This is the title for Ali Dawah. This is actually extremely humiliating for you now.
He could no. I know him. He did not because of that. I promise you. 3 years, you would do it after 6 months. For a woman's body, you need to be relaxed.
Yes.
You need to be relaxed.
Yes.
And when you are raised with all these negative messages around sex, and like cover your body, cover your chest, cover your
just
shoulders.
brainwashed to be scared of sex, kind of.
Yeah, it happens to a lot of women. It happens to a lot of Orthodox Jewish women. There's such a shame around sex. Shame, shame, shame. Like you're a whore if you have sex. You're a bad person.
Okay. Yeah,
And so then
interesting.
you get married one day, and now you're supposed to go from the virgin.
By the way, this is all Saint Augustine's fault. He brought this to Abrahamic religions, and eventually it spread to Islam and Judaism as well, even though the Catholic Church is supposed to be after Judaism, but for some reason it went to Catholic Church, and then it went to Christianity, and then it spread to Judaism and Islam as well. This whole feeling disgusted with body and worldly things and sex and sexuality, a lot of it goes back to Saint Augustine.
To the sexy person. And my body just couldn't. It was very weird. It was very weird because I am also I am a sexual person. Like,
What she said was not nice.
Not nice.
So, I mean, this is an absolute utter humiliation. I mean, as a man, you feel emasculated. You feel feminine. You feel like a woman. I mean, imagine you are married to a woman, and for 3 years, I mean, we need to. My math is
You
good.
can't even say you feel like a woman, because even women, they have desires and they meet their desires.
Even women have this. Even women. This is the part I like to. I want to. Right. Even women have desires. Really now. I love it how he says even. Oh God. These people. Oh, they're trying to humiliate Nas Daily. But look at their view on sexuality. Even women. I'm so glad that you educated us. Oh, so women. Oh God.
But when they're married to a real man, that is. So that's 1,000.
Look at the women have sexuality. So this woman, she didn't have sexual desires, not because she was not with a real man. She didn't have sexual desires because of your backward religious standards, because of your religious brainwashing. Because of your religious brainwashing, you freaking morons. Oh, by the way, Nas Daily, I'm sure he's not going to have any problem getting more sex than you, Ali Dawah, given the level of fame that he has. After. So even by your own standards of manliness, I'm sure he's going to do fine. Okay, so don't worry, Ali Dawah. If your standards of who's a real man was a correct standard, trust me, he's a lot more man than you ever would be.
1,095 days of not intimacy.
That's some quick maths.
That's quick maths. 1,095 days, guys. Just imagine that for 1,095 days.
I don't imagine that.
I mean, you can't, this person had no intimacy. And let me be honest, we understand, a bit of woman's psychology here and there. That woman did not love you, my friend. That woman had no attraction to you whatsoever. I don't know what she was.
So apparently, none of this is true about Nas Daily because she was talking about someone else. But whoever that man was that she divorced, that woman loved her, that she loved him. Obviously, she loved him because she's still talking positively about him after their divorce. And look at the measurement of love. So if you have an unhealthy relationship with sex because of your background, because of your religious brainwashing, you're saying the woman, this is actually so harmful to women. So the woman who's not having sex with you, he's saying she doesn't love you. Did you not notice that she said that she didn't want sex not because she didn't love him, she wasn't having sex because of religion, and she understood that this is something that got fucked up in her brain. It wasn't because she didn't love him. But this is such a dangerous teaching. Because imagine if you're another person that is either asexual or because of your upbringing, your childhood upbringing, you have an unhealthy relationship with sex. But you love this person that you're with. You love the man or the woman that you're with, right? But people like Ali Dawah, they're telling you that, he has to understand that you do not love him if you do not have sex with him. So you are going to do something so damaging to your mental health just so that he doesn't think that you don't love him. You see how toxic this is? You think that if somebody is not having sex with you, that means that they don't love you? I mean, this shows how you reduce the relationship. I feel so sorry, Ali Dawah, for your wife, that you have reduced the entirety of your relationship with a woman to the sexuality. That's what you think. This is Islamic view on women. Women are for sex and childbearing. They're for nothing else. You have this reductionist attitude towards sexuality, and you think sex means love. Unbelievable. You're trying to expose Nas Daily, but you're exposing yourself.
With you for maybe the money, maybe the fame, maybe whatever it is, or maybe
because Mossad told her to.
Oh, yep, definitely 100%.
Oh, because look at the conspiracy theories, right? It's like, oh, look at, like, you don't know anything. Obviously, it seems like you know less about this relationship than I even thought, because this isn't, they're not, you even got the relationship that she's talking about wrong. But look how with very limited information, you're coming up with ideas about their entire attitudes. Like, oh, she married you for your money, for fame. Like, how do you know nothing about these people? Where are you getting this from? And I like how, I thought that was insane. Small to Jenna just went up on the insanity ladder. He's like trying to outcompete Ali Dawah, maybe because Mossad told her to marry Nas Daily. Wow, amazing! Like, you guys never fail with your conspiracy theories.
There is no surprises there. Let me tell you something, because for her to say, because it gets worse. She said she had
It gets worse than that.
Oh, bro, it gets worse. You know why? Imagine you was with a woman for that long.
Yeah.
She did not have any intimacy with you. She gave you nothing. And then after you broke up, she went and got something.
Oh.
Do you know what that shows you? That shows you that you are a coward. You're not even a man.
You're not only
What is to be a real man? What is he supposed to do? Do you think he's supposed to force himself on her? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Obviously, she's dealing with some shit. She's dealing with some mental issues, and it takes time to go through that. And obviously, neither of the separation, either with her ex-husband or with Nas Daily, was about other things. They had different goals in life. That was what the separation was. Obviously, hopefully she will eventually get over this, and she will heal herself, and she will have a good, healthy sexual relationship with whoever she ends up being with. That's not going to make the people before her less of a man. And here's another thing, right? Sometimes you are just not a good match sexually with somebody else. That doesn't make you less of a man or less of a woman. You have one partner, and you're just like, even people who don't have toxic relationship with sex, they love sex, they enjoy sex, they don't have a taboo view of sex. Sometimes two people pair, and it's just sexually not working with each other. You're like, it's not, the vibe is like, the chemistry is not there. You're having sex, and neither of you are enjoying it. And then she leaves you, and you leave her. You go with someone else, and she goes with someone else. And now with this other new woman that you're with, oh my God, it's like fireworks all the fucking time. And she is with this other man, and for them, it's sexually working. Does it mean that you were a lesser man that weren't able to please her? Well, then why is this with this other woman, everything is working out? And also, how come I'm a lesser man if sexually we weren't working, and is she a lesser woman? How come? So this is why I'm saying this masculinity, this patriarchal stuff is unfair to men as well. Why if the sexuality is not working, why if the sex is not working, why is the man a lesser man? Why is that not her fault? Why is it always the man's fault? Sometimes she is having issues with sex. I mean, especially in the relationship that you're highlighting, obviously the problems were coming from her. She's telling you that the problems were with me. The problems were not with him, the problems were with her. And it's not even her fault. You guys, men, boys, if she's not enjoying the sex with you, okay, maybe you're not a lesser man, okay? Even if the problem is with you, it doesn't make you a lesser man. It means that maybe you need to work on some things. Maybe you need to educate yourself. Maybe you need more practice, okay? Maybe that doesn't mean lack of knowledge and lack of experience doesn't make you not a man, okay? It means that maybe you just need some more information and some more practice. But sometimes it might not even mean that. Sometimes maybe it's just that you're not a good match, okay? So don't feel ashamed if she's not enjoying the sex with you. Work on yourself, and if it still doesn't work, maybe you're just not meant for each other. Maybe you need to be with someone else. Don't let society make you feel like you're less than, okay, that there's something wrong with you inherently, that you're not a real man just because somebody is not enjoying the sex with you, okay? Maybe again, I'm not saying that the problem is with her. Sometimes the problem is with you. Sometimes maybe you need to work out. Sometimes the problem is maybe you're not doing the right thing. Sometimes maybe you think you're focusing too much on the physical and you're not focusing enough on the emotional, okay? Because a lot of the sex actually starts before the sex even starts. a lot of the sex starts before providing the mental, in a healthy mental environment where the mind is comfortable enough for the sex to even start, right? And if you're not in that right mental zone, then whatever you do physically is not going to have it's not going to be effective because the mindset is not there. Maybe these are the things that you need to work on. But if you do all of that, and if she's not still being happy with you, you're not a less of a man. Maybe you're not just a good match. Okay, so don't let these people with their toxic masculinity come and make you feel less than. Okay, and even if you're missing anything, all of that can be gained. You're not inherently inferior. Okay, this is some toxic masculinity shit that comes from Abrahamic religion, and we have inherited this from religion. Okay, so all of this can be fixed. But let's go continue.
Getting used by Israel, you're getting used by women as well.
Bro, that was deep.
Used by women. She's being used by women. Why? Let's assume that this was actually Nas Daily that she got divorced from. How is he being used? How is he being used? He was just being a supportive husband. Like, being together and supporting each other, is that being used by this woman? People supporting each other and being there for each other? If you call that being used, then is mutual. It went both ways. Unbelievable. This is such a unhealthy way of relationship.
The video needs to end there. Oof, that hurt me. I feel the pain. Yeah, you are a coward. I'm doing this video. You know why? Because I want to hit a nerve, bruv. I wish I can see you in person, bruv.
I wish you're trying to hit a nerve. You know why? Because you have no arguments against this man. You thought that you found something embarrassing about him that apparently it's not even about him. You got all of that wrong. You have nothing over this man logically, so you are just trying to find a way to humiliate him. And you failed. You failed big times. I mean, you should be humiliated. Apparently, this wasn't even about him.
Wallahi, I hope, I make dua, I come face to face with you, yeah? You're an emasculated coward. You've backstabbed your people. Not only that, you was married to a woman. I think she might be Jewish, by the way. Not like ethnically Jewish. This is unbelievable,
She claims to be a Mormon, though.
Yeah, that's religiously, yeah? But ethnically, she might be Jewish. Yeah? So the point is this, yeah? Let me tell you something. I won't be surprised if Mossad paid her and said, listen, keep this guy busy. He's a little miskin, fool, clown. What a joke, yeah? Backstab his people. Bro, someone who doesn't stand up for his own people will fall for anything. And they probably said to her, just keep him busy. Yeah, and guess what? Because for that woman to not give him any intimacy,
and for him to still be with her as well, rather than leaving her
for 3 years.
That's an endorsement. Oh my God! Why do you think that's embarrassing? Why are they saying that part and shouting about it? That's actually, I mean, if this was about Nas Daily, that would be an endorsement. Like, for 3 years, he stayed with her. Like, oh my God, he didn't divorce her just because he wasn't getting sex. I mean, isn't that an endorsement of the man? Like, I don't understand. What is your point? Because he's not having sex for 3 years, that is the embarrassment? That is the embarrassment because he's not having sex for 3 years? He's less of a man because he didn't have sex for 3 years? I mean, Islamic... Oh my God, what the fuck? What is the embarrassment here? So I don't get it.
And then afterwards, you leave her, or she leaves you, or she's probably happy to give you she probably used it as a tool, you left, and then she goes, and what did she admit? She said she is not a virgin anymore, meaning she went and she said boyfriends. So, and then she checks out. She didn't give it to her husband, and she got it from boyfriends. I mean, for a man, I don't know what is more painful than knowing that you was emasculated.
I'm surprised he was with her for more than a day, or even a week.
But I'm surprised she stayed with him, of a man like this. Well, what a coward he is. And let me tell you something, Nas Daily, you got used for 1,095 days daily. That was natural. That came from the heart. That's why
I felt it.
That's why he has those days in there. Yeah, that's why he has the days. You're a coward, man. I hope this video burns you. Yes, just the way you turned your back on your people. I hope this burns you. I hope it hits a nerve. That's exactly why I've done it, inshallah. Yeah, you are a scumbag. You are a dirt. That's what you are. Let me tell you something. You're an intellectual coward as well. Yes, she used you. Israel is using you. You're going to carry on being used. You have no legs to stand on, and you're going to go down in history as a shameful person if you don't repent and change your ways. Allah is always merciful.
And just like you turned your back on Palestine,
your ex turned her back
your
on...
ex turned her back on you,
but turned...
Israel will turn its back on you as well.
Yes, that's all we have to say, brothers and sisters. Till next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi.
Guys, if you are from Israel, please let Ali Dawah and Small to Jannah know that you guys are proud of having Nas Daily as an Israeli, a Muslim born in Palestine for the Palestinian background. If you're proud of having Nas Daily as an Israeli citizen, please write that down so that these people know that Israel is not going to turn their back on Nas Daily. But let me actually, they tried to humiliate Nas Daily, and after this, I'm going to read the super chat. But let me actually humiliate Islam instead, right? Because let me show you what's the source of this toxic masculinity, where it comes from, right? And also, please realize that this is a Sahih Bukhari. And no, first of all, please also, for people who are coming here new here, when I say toxic masculinity, I'm not like one of those woke feminists. Okay, by woke feminists, I'm not dismissing all of feminism. I'm just dismissing the woke part of feminism that thinks that all masculinity is evil. Like manhood, just being a man is can be used against you. Okay, I'm not anti-masculinity. I'm anti this form of toxic masculinity. Masculinity is a force for good. Okay, but not this kind of it. Okay, so look at look at this. This is Muhammad. Okay, Allah's messenger means Muhammad. This is, oh yeah, the Israelis in the chat are saying very proud of Nas Daily. Fantastic. Yes. Oh, this Nas Daily is a national hero. Yes, he is. He is. And also very brave, because after October 7th, the fact that he came out and with so much risk to himself came out and defended Israel in such a way, that takes courage, man. I know what he's dealing with. I know the wave, the army of people that now want him dead, want him the worst. Like, you could see, based on the video that I showed you from Ali Dawah, you could see how many people around the world are wishing him ill. If you go look at the comments under the video on YouTube on Ali Dawah's channel, the comments that people are leaving, you could see how many people, like, it's so disgusting, the vile comments that these people have, how much they celebrate any form of misery that Nas Daily wants to feel. They're celebrating that because they have nothing over him. They have no logical points against him. They just want him miserable. And they think they're winning if he's miserable. I mean, if misery is a good source of measuring who's right and who's wrong, then I mean, I don't know. The people in Gaza seem not very happy right now. Okay, does that make you guys wrong? I don't understand. Like, how is that even a measurement of who's on the right side? I mean, you are the ones who are celebrating dying and bleeding and having death and destruction raining down upon you. You're the ones who celebrate that. So I don't know why Nas Daily, having, experiencing some setback in his life, all of a sudden you're celebrating that as a win for you. You are the ones. You're the cult that celebrates death and misery. But anyways, let's humiliate Islam right now, showing the toxic masculinity that Islam promotes, and the source of the way of thinking that you saw Ali Dawah and Smiles to Jannah expressing for you here in this video. Let me show you where that comes from. Okay, so this is Sahih Bukhari, which is basically means that it's accepted under all four Sunni Islamic schools of thought. That means that this is a fundamental part of Islam, that it's inseparable part of Islam. So you cannot, this is part of Islamic teaching and nobody can remove this from Islam. That's what this means. Whenever you see Sahih, that's what it means. Okay, whenever you see the word Sahih, that means that it's a fundamental part of Islam, inseparable part of Islam, second only to the Quran. So look at this. Allah's messenger, meaning Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, if a husband call his wife to his bed, i.e. to have sexual relation, and she refuses and causes him to sleep in anger, the angels will curse her till morning. So the angels will be cursing, and a curse of an angel is very devastating. So if an angel curses you, it's very devastating. But imagine that all night till morning, you have angels repeatedly cursing you. That is what you're inviting upon yourself if your husband wants sex and you refuse her. This is what Islam is teaching you. So it doesn't matter if you don't want the sex. You have to say yes. You have to say yes. No is not an option. That's what Islam is teaching you. And what an amazing husband that is getting angry. Anger. You're feeling anger? Oh my God. Oh my God. By the way, I'm not promoting the idea of tolerating a sexless marriage indefinitely. That's not what I'm advocating for. before, right? So, like, I'm not saying that you as a man should just accept not having sex, right? You should obviously sex. I'm not dismissing the importance of sex in a relationship. Obviously, sexual desire is important. I'm saying it's not the entire part of the relationship. I'm saying that just divorcing somebody just right away because you're not getting sex shows that your priorities are not in order. It's something you could work on. It's something that it's either she's the source of the problem or you are the source of the problem, and neither of that. If she's the source of the problem, that doesn't make her a less of a woman. If you're the source of the problem, that doesn't make you a less of a man. These are issues that you could try to work with. You could give us some time because obviously you care for the person. You don't want to just end the relationship like this just because you're not getting sex. Maybe there's a way that you could fix this. And if you can't fix it, it's completely okay for you guys to separate from each other, right? That's also healthy, right? But to reduce the relationship to just sexuality, to also consider somebody less of a man because he's staying in a relationship even though he's not getting sex, that actually shows that this man has the priorities right? For a woman to separate, and also to see you less of a man because a woman left you and went to another relationship and now she's getting sex in that relationship, considering you less of a man because of that. All of this shows that how backward Islamic way of thinking is. All of it shows how their morality, and again, this comes from a religion that claims that they're the source of morality. I mean, if this is your morality, then consider me immoral. This is backwardness. This is disgusting. This religion is disgusting. And you try to humiliate Nas Daily, but all you did is humiliate yourself and humiliated religion and especially humiliated Islam. So congratulations. Congratulations. Let me actually do the super chats first. So Uriel is saying, good for you. A true human being will not harm loved ones. Religion killed a lot of what men and women can have. Well, thank you so much for that super chat, Uriel. And then another super chat from Uriel again. Men are scared of female sexuality. Missing that. Well, I mean, I don't know what you're saying here, but I don't know if you're saying, is that what they're saying? Men are not scared of female sexuality. I don't like generally talking about all men and all women. Men and women are different. Many men are comfortable with their own sexuality and with female sexuality. And even if some men are scared of female sexuality, most of the time it's not their fault. It's the fault is they're getting that from society. It's an unhealthy. It's a disgusting, backward, toxic relationship that society inherited from Abrahamic religions, and they grew in an environment where they were taught to have unhealthy relationship with female sexuality. So a lot of times it's not even their fault. I don't want to be anti-men on this channel, right? So we have to be careful, right? Because a lot of times religion is so anti-women rights, and when we want to defend women rights, some people end up saying things that is anti-man, and I want to make sure that we don't do that here, right? HD, thank you so much for the super. I'm not saying Uriel, you were saying that. I just didn't understand what you were saying. HD Drake, thank you so much for the $10 super chat, saying, according to Tweedledum and Tweedledummer here, being a loving partner who cares about his partner makes him less of a man? ? I thought Muslims were supposed to be beyond this world. Yeah. But also, guys, I just want to point out that Nas Daily, he's a Muslim, right? And when I say, look what Islam does to your brain, a lot of you might think like, oh, Armin, a lot of you that are new here might say like, Armin, you're contradicting yourself. You're saying Ali Dawah and Smile to Jannah, look how Islam rotted their brain, but you're at the same time celebrating Nas Daily, who is a Muslim himself. Well, you must be new here, because I have consistently said that Islam is a mind virus that is not always successful in rotting people's brains, right? There's different degrees of infestation of the mind among different Muslims, right? So I always say that Islam, we don't have good Islam, right? There is no such thing as good Islam or bad Islam. We only have bad Islam, but there's obviously such a thing as good Muslim and bad Muslim. And bad Muslims are Muslims where the Islamic mind virus has affected the brain, has taken over the brain to a much higher degree, right? So obviously we have many good, decent Muslims around the world, and so this is not a contradiction. So no, Nas Daily is a Muslim, guys. But if somebody tells you that I'm a Muslim, then don't tell them that they're not a Muslim. Oh, this was another super chat. You're really saying these guys do not listen. The shame involved. The shame. I think you mean the shame involved with sex for girls is religion. She loved him. It's easy to see it. Yeah, exactly. And again, whoever that other guy was, because that was even Nas Daily. So they were shaming somebody that wasn't even Nas Daily. But whoever that other guy was, credit to him for not doing the Islamic thing and forcing himself on this woman. No, guys, your definition of a Muslim is completely unfounded. Like you're saying, oh, look at this. Saying like, oh, Nas Daily was not a Muslim. Look at this. Look at this. Islamic Unraveled saying Nas Daily is not a Muslim. He's not following this. And now you're giving me a Quranic verse. Okay, are you Islam Unraveled? Are you a Muslim? Are you a Muslim? Because it seems like you're a Muslim. You know why I think you're a Muslim? Because you think that the definition of Islam of a Muslim, you seem to be a non-Muslim. Then why are you using the Quran as a source for the definition of a Muslim? Obviously, words have meanings. The definition of words have meanings beyond the roots of where they come from, right? The world uses the word Muslim based on the definition. We use definitions that are the most prevalent in society and what they refer to as Muslim. You seem to be a Muslim because your source of definition seems to be Quran. I, as a non-Muslim, do not take the Quran and the definition it has seriously because, hey, I don't have to because Quran is not my source. Quran is not where I do not believe in the Quran, so I don't understand why you're citing the Quran to me. The definition of Muslims, the way the definition of a Muslim, the way we use it these days is somebody who believes in Allah, somebody believes Muhammad was the prophet, somebody who believes that the Quran is a revelation from God, even if they don't know what the fuck is in it, even though they haven't read it, as long as they believe that the Quran is a revelation from God, and most importantly, if they consider themselves a Muslim. These are the conditions for what we call a Muslim. That's the definition. That's the working definition that we have. If you want to go like, oh no, I'm going to use the Quran, well then you might be a Muslim if that's your source of definitions. Because I don't care what the fuck the Quran says. Oh, I'm so glad somebody is saying this. Han is saying Armin apologetic for Muslims. Of Muslims. I'm so glad that we have some people here who hates me defending Muslims, because I like to highlight that to show that I am anti-Islam but not anti-Muslim. Because when people get angry that I am defending Muslims, I use that as a badge of honor to show, because a lot of people think that we are promoting bigotry here and we're promoting hatred towards individual. And when somebody gets angry that, oh, Armin is apologetic for Muslims, yes, I defend Muslims because I'm a humanist and Muslims are humans. Last time I checked, Muslims are humans. As a humanist, I want to defend all people. I want to defend everyone's well-being. So yes, I'm anti-Islam and not anti-Muslim. And I'm so glad that some people get angry enough to highlight that, because I take that as a badge of honor. So thank you for mentioning that. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of other comments that Alfred has starred. But I'm just going to do the people who are members who Alfred has starred. So Levantic is saying, are there Jewish Mormon? Yeah, so Judaism being Jew refers to three different things, right? Culture, ethnicity, and religion. I wish they had three different words for these things, but unfortunately they have the same word. So that's why it causes a lot of confusions, right? So ethnically she's Jewish, but religiously she was Mormon. I don't know. It seems like she's not Mormon anymore, but I'm not sure. Hammers is saying, this stream is so triggering for me. My spouse hates touching me. I try to be supportive wife, but I want physical connection. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Hamish. Oh, that's yeah. So obviously, my spouse hates touching me. I try to be I try to be a supportive wife, but I want physical connection. So see, like, imagine they are saying Nas Daily, which apparently wasn't Nas Daily, is less of a man because obviously this is you are not the problem here, right? Obviously he's dealing with some. Again, I don't know. I'm not a mental expert, right? But it seems like he's having some issues that it's not your fault. But imagine if somebody came and said, like, "Oh, you're not a real woman. A real woman would have been able to please him." Like, imagine how fucking devastating and disgusting that would be if you said that to somebody. Like, obviously, people have issues that they need to work through. But imagine how unhealthy that is if you had that mindset. If you go to Nas Daily and say that, "Oh, you're not a real man," or else you would be able to get her to have sex with you, then imagine if you said that to a woman, like, "Oh, you're not a real woman, or else you would have been able to get sex from her." Like, unbelievable, toxic, disgusting shit. Fucking religion, man. It's so backwards. So backwards. All right, guys. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you keep fighting Islam. Stand your ground against Islam, right? Do not hold back against Islam. Okay, we are basically raising an army here to fight this toxic, disgusting ideology. You can see what it's doing to people, right? Make sure you recommend this channel if you like the balance that we have. If you like how we are managing to be extremely aggressively anti-Islamic without being anti-Muslim, if you think that's a good balance to have, if you like what we're doing here, if you like the ideas that we're fighting and the ideas that we're promoting, please make sure you like the stream. Please make sure you leave a comment after the show is over so that the algorithm notices that and shows that to more people. Please make sure you're subscribed and you hit the bell notification, because when we go live, it's only with the bell notification. If you're watching this on somewhere else, if you're watching this on Twitter, please make sure you come on YouTube, search for Atheist Republic on YouTube and subscribe to us there. It's much better here on YouTube. The live chat is, you get to be part of the live chat. You get to be part of the discussion. Your comments constantly get highlighted by Alfred or Nima if Alfred is not here, and you get to be part of the show. And also, guys, please recommend this channel to people. Please go tell people, unless it's not safe for you to do so, but if it's safe, please go tell people to come subscribe to Atheist Republic on YouTube. I need your promotion for this channel to grow, okay? So thank you so much for that. And yeah, let me see, is there anything else? No. Oh, Debunking is saying, thank you for the stream. Yes, guys. Oh, yeah, if you're leaving comments, you could either give me some feedback, tell me where I was wrong, or tell me just a thank you. The thank yous that you guys put under the show gives me a lot of energy. Or if you can't think of anything else, just bless the YouTube gods. Here on Atheist Republic, for people who don't know, we actually do worship a god. It's the YouTube algorithm. That's the only god that we recognize here. And it's not by choice. We have to. We respect that god and we fear that god and we praise that god and we do sacrifices for the god in the forms of likes and subscribe. So just put your likes at the altar of the YouTube gods so that maybe they bless us. They bless this channel and help us grow. So please go ahead and do that. Okay? Yes, thank you. Thank you, guys. And again, guys, until next show, stay liberal. Mwah.